My name, of course, is Telemo. I know you'll be wondering, why is this voice sounding so different? This isn't Sandra's voice. Of course, it's not Sandra's voice. I can't take her, please. But she's a bit under the weather, so I'll be standing in for her today. And I'm not doing this alone, of course. Sahid Fawad is here with me, and we will be taking the stories of the four major newspapers together. And we apologize for being off air yesterday. You know, we had to do a bit of technical upgrade. So we're here to serve you.
It was the traffic was crazy. I don't know. I left home, my normal time, and I was expecting I was going to get here before 7, but I didn't get here until I was like 8:30 in the morning. But today is a bit better. Everywhere is still wet.
Well, I think the rain didn't start earlier as it started yesterday.
Of course, definitely. So, but of course, it's still wet out there, and I think traffic's a bit better. Only that for people on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway coming to Lagos, the story is not looking good at all.
I experienced it on Saturday. I almost fainted in the
honestly, for anybody leaving Magboro, Arepo, Mowe, all of that axis, it's completely crazy.
We feel for you. But don't worry, you'll be fine. If you're stuck in traffic, just keep listening to us, and then you'd have a good time.
Definitely.
So, I'm starting with the Punch newspaper this morning, and the major headline is Boundary Disputes Worsen Insecurity, 676 killed in state. And then we have the riders, 444 houses razed in communal clashes in Ebonyi, Kogi, Cross River, others. Federal government addressing 86 cases. Security experts, lawyers blame governors. Can decrease rising insecurity. Senate promises 2023 jumbo security allocation.
Well, I actually had to read this entire story, and I don't know, the Boundary Commission, the Nigerian Boundary Commission, has come up with these figures, and what they are simply saying is that from 2018 till now, that's within the space of 4 years, on the issue of banditry, unknown gunmen, and all of that, and what that brings to my mind is what value really do we place on human lives in Nigeria? You have a situation, for example, where just one person dies, for example, in the United States, or 2 or 3. You have a situation where the company is almost on shutdown, everybody's mourning and all of that. But we seem used to having these figures, and it's nothing to us.
It's becoming, I feel people have this mindset of, everyone is going to die. So,
but not in this manner where you're having these kind of numbers come out every day. Because I was like, when I saw the figures, 676 killed. One would have attributed it, for example, to maybe insurgency, Boko Haram, the issue of bandits, kidnappings, and all of that.
Or accidents or something.
Or maybe accidents, or maybe natural disaster, maybe flooding or something. But for you to have it as a result of disputes on boundaries, and the sad part of boundary disputes is that you find out that a lot of the people in those communities actually somehow related. There are people who have lived together for years, who have cohabited together for years.
So what could be causing all of
Some of them are even
things?
intermarried. They've married from one village to the other village. They have in-laws. So you now ask yourself, why do you have to kill yourself over dispute over land? And if you look at the way the reporter has highlighted it, you have it's almost across the country where you have but it just goes to show again that as a people we need to ask ourselves.
What exactly what value do we place on lives?
It's a question that we need to ask ourselves as a country, as a nation, as a people, really.
Okay, I hope that we're able to ask ourselves that question, and not just asking ourselves that question, but then also deciding what we want to do.
It can be. We can have over 600 gigawatts of bandit disputes in 4 years.
Man, that's a lot.
That's it. Just in 4 years. So just imagine that they have a data of what has happened in the last 20 years. God knows what the figures will be.
Okay, so you can find details of that on pages 2 and 8 of the Punch newspapers. Lagos flooding, rescuers recover 2 corpses, save 9. Details on pages 4 and 5. Labour Act, aviation workers issue 14-day ultimatum. We have details of that on page 20 of the Punch newspaper. Gridlock traps Lagos.
Who actually live in that part of, the thing is this, you say Lagos, Ibadan, but the fact is, you have a lot of people living, on that axis, working in Lagos. There's this, what we call the Lagos-Ogun axis now. People need to understand that Lagos and Ogun State are not really isolated.
They are twin brothers.
It's just like almost one. So you have a situation where even as property people will tell you that it's what is called the Lagos Ogun axis. So you have a lot of people who live in, let us start with OPIC, or the OPIC area, that is Sherry North.
Yes.
Then Arepo, Wawa, Magboro, Ibafo, Mowe. You wouldn't believe the number of persons who live in these areas and then, of course, work in Lagos. The reasons why a lot of people stay in that area, again, is because of affordability of rent.
But then
rent is quite affordable in this area.
Sometimes, okay, I understand the fact that people want to live in the outskirts of Lagos because of the affordability of rent.
Rent and all of
but
that.
But then again,
some of them are also homeowners. That's where they build their houses.
Okay, but then again, okay, so for those who are not homeowners around those areas,
who just decide to go and rent there.
Just to rent. Now, if you check the cost for your stress and then the transportation at the end of the day, so what's the point?
People have always argued this. I've seen people who have come up with, why do you have to go and stay in outskirt locations? Just maybe stay, if you look at the stress, the cost, at the end of it, you tally together. But remember, look, the fact is this: to pay lump sum is always a problem. To pay at once, that lump sum, it's a yearly thing. It's going to be a yearly thing. Your transportation is something that you have to do, every now and then. It's not something that comes as a lump sum. Let me tell you, the rent in central Lagos is quite disturbing.
Yes, it is.
And there's no cap to it. There's nobody regulating anything when it comes to rent. Property owners just decide what they want. Let us look at the average cost of rentals in central Lagos. I can tell you, more. In Surulere, for example, Yaba, Surulere.
Oh, those ones are no-go area.
And those are the central areas that people will want to stay, because of issues of traffic and all of that. Yes. But I can tell you, Surulere, Yaba, for example, a decent 2-bedroom, or let's say a mini flat, what you call a room and parlor self-contained, the one with basic facilities, nothing too special. In Surulere and Yaba now, I can tell you, you need to have over 600,000-700,000 naira. And
the sizes of the rooms would actually be very small.
That's another thing. It's not something big. And when I say basic apartment, you're probably going to find that you don't have water. You have to speak with Aboki to bring water for you, so you pay for water and all of that. So and then 2-bedroom probably be maybe 901 million naira, 3-bedroom maybe 1.2 1.5 million naira. The average
careful, you spend all of your earnings on transportation and rent.
So but let us, on this particular story, I think something needs to be said to the contractors handling this part of the road, because the major problem is that Magboro down to Lagos.
How long is it taking them to do?
On Saturday, somebody gave me a report. One of our colleagues in other platforms gave me a report and was saying we should highlight it. One of our staff, one of our sister companies, also gave me a report and said, look, these guys are not looking at alternatives for motorists.
That's the problem.
That now, out of frustration, there are motorists who have decided to now look for alternatives, veer off the expressway, then go to areas, try to, build it up, put sandbags and all of that so that it's motorable, and then, of course, it eases the traffic. And that these guys are still blocking that area. So, and I've also always questioned it. Why can't Julius Berger walk at night, at least to reduce the timeline for the delivery of this project?
And for me, as a person, I also this would also bring me to look at the issue of, okay, if the government is going to do something, whenever they are trying to, okay, let's stop this thing or let's create something, can we always have alternatives first?
No,
before they focus on that?
That's the way the Julius Berger and other contractors have handled that road. Simply shows that there's no regard at all. They don't care about the feelings of the people. It's just like, at least we're helping you to fix road. Now you guys should just enjoy. But it's crazy if you have to stay in traffic for 16 hours. It's unbelievable.
It could drive one crazy.
Definitely. And that's the pattern for the last, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks now. It has been a consistent pattern on that road. It's unfortunate.
Really, really unfortunate. I've experienced it just twice. I can't imagine what someone who experiences it every day
I've tried to stay on that road, really. I don't have any business on that road for now.
So you can find details of this story on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. Strike. Students to barricade expressway. Carpet in Gige. Adamu. Details of that on page 15.
Well, the students are completely frustrated. I've had to go through. I've gone through that story, and honestly, you want to look at the students and you ask yourself, what options are they left with now? Because one would have thought that there were times that the president had given instructions to the Minister of Education. I'd also spoken to the Minister of Labor. Oh, you guys should immediately find solutions to this thing. We were hoping that, things were going to eventually get resolved and then the students can go back to school. But the reports that we're getting now on a daily basis from the end of ASU and the government is not showing that these issues will be resolved anytime soon.
And it's really sad.
So this is almost 7 months, if not more. I'm trying to get the number of days now that the students have been at home.
I've even lost count because today we're hearing stories of, it should be called off tomorrow.
They are reaching agreements. It's just the salary thing. One was thinking that the only issue waiting to be resolved was the issue of the backlog of the 6 months that the government has said they would not pay. For us to just be hearing on this, on this particular case, but it's still going to take time. What happens if, for example, the ruling is done, there's an opportunity for another appeal, because again, the ruling can be appealed. So you need to now ask yourself, where do you place the interest of the student? What are they supposed to do? Are they just supposed to keep their hands and watch all of that?
And we definitely would look into that when we get to Mainland Focus. Yes.
Right, okay.
So let's see other stories here. Beside the masthead, we have Ekwere Madu detained 82 days. Daughter 6 kidney donor. Details of that on page 14.
That story came out yesterday, and as a parent, as someone with 2 kids, I felt touched. There's no way it won't touch you, even if you don't have a child yet, and you're hoping to have a family one day. There's no way this kind of plea from a dying child would not touch your heart. And in trying to help this child, you have the parents who have now run into a very big trouble, because in that part of the world, everything is about processes. They don't even, the law is applied there without any form of sentiment.
Well, my question is, they have an idea of the set of people they're dealing with.
Okay,
why wasn't a proper process?
Well, the thing is this, there are things we do here and we get away with them.
That's
and
the problem.
Feel that it doesn't really matter. Even in Nigeria, you are not allowed to sell any of your organs. You can't sell and you can't buy. It's against the law. What can be done is a donation. You can only donate, and it has to be voluntary. There mustn't be any indication of exchange of cash. So you can't sell and you can't buy any of your organs, because again, if that is allowed to fester, it means that people are not safe. You could have people kidnapped and then people remove their organs and all of those kind of things. So that's the reason why it is a crime for anybody to want to buy or even try to sell any part of their body or organ. So I guess out of desperation, I don't want to make excuses for them, because again, like you said, they know the people they are dealing with. They know that these are demanding and saying, look, the arrest of my dad and my parents, the trials they are going through now has even complicated my issue. She was able to even state the number of days I should be on dialysis.
She had, okay.
And people have said these things come with serious pain, apart from the money. How costly it is to do all of these things and all of that. I don't know. I've seen people on social media. Again, when it comes to social media, you don't know how serious people are with things. People have said, they are ready to donate. You've been a lot of comments back and forth on social media. But honestly, it's a very touching story.
There are no family members there are no matches. I don't know.
Couldn't donation not be my mind?
Exactly. I donate now. What if tomorrow the one I have left now decides to?
Like I said, it's a very big sacrifice to make. If you look at the story of the rapper Idris Abdul Karim,
yes,
the wife has to step in and on a very private level to say, would you do that for your husband? And a lot of
So for me, in that case, do you know what I would say?
Yeah.
So I'm always an advocate of, if you're doing something for someone, I need you to sit and think about it.
Okay.
Do it from a very neutral level.
How neutral can it be if you're the wife of someone?
No. When I mean on a neutral,
okay.
So ask yourself this question: if things go south between I and this person tomorrow, would I regret this action?
Okay, well,
Yes or no? If it is yes,
of less sacrifice, sometimes you just think beyond
well,
what could happen in the future.
For me, I like to do that just so I don't like to regret my actions.
Okay, all right.
So
But it's a very big one, and I think I pray that the Ekerimadus will get out of this.
I pray so too.
I also pray that the girl will get a donor very soon, very, very fast, because again, the dialysis are just, and even some of the other organs of the person going through that process. So it's a big one for this family. I hope they'll get out of it
my
soon.
resolution on this one is good health is
The things they smoke, the chemicals they put together,
chemical mixtures.
Look, immediately, I always say it, we have a health system that is not capable to handle some of these things. And even if the health system is capable, do you have the money?
Even if you have the money,
Do you get them of cruise and enjoyment and all of these things? I think they need to read the story and understand why they need to keep their health.
I mean, sometimes you don't need to be told. Your health will tell you when
maybe
the
we
time
need to just tell
comes.
them.
Well,
All right.
okay, so let's just quickly round up with the rest of the story so we can have
Go to
time
other
to go
papers,
to other papers. So the masthead, we have Akere Dolu apologizes to clerics over Muslim ticket. Details of this on page 13.
I didn't jump into this particular
Okay,
story.
quickly.
Some Christians, in a group of Christians and all of that, I said, well, I'm a Christian too. I'm disturbed by this ticket, but I just want to apologize. Let's move on.
Why is he apologizing?
I don't know. I'm trying to ask myself, why is he really apologizing? If you know that this was a wrong thing to do, probably you should have advised your party that, hey, this is not the right thing to do. Although Akeredolu is saying that, look, he's an advocate and he was one of the major voices, one of the loudest voices about the need for power to return to the South, irrespective of party affiliation. That his first interest was to ensure that the presidency returns to the South for sake of equity, fairness, and justice. And that the idea of its party bringing up the Muslim ticket thing was something that worried him too. But then as a person,
should we be concerned only about fairness? Aren't we supposed to focus more on who can get the job done?
Now that's another issue. It's a bigger issue, because again, when it comes to weighing what we are focusing on, I've seen people who will say, look, before you talk about the capacity of the person to deliver, we need to also probe the religious orientation of the person, because again, we are heavily divided at this time along religious lines. So those are issues, because again, I've come on this platform to say, look, these are just mere distractions for me. We should focus on real issues, the issues disturbing us. But I've also seen people have said, look, hey, religious intolerance, the fact that we're heavily divided along religious lines now, has made this issue very important to us now. Now the APC has to find a way to convince Nigerians why they should not be worried about this particular ticket. It's a very big one. But if you read the other papers, I'm sure we're going to see other headlines. There are stories who have also tied this particular story to the comments of Sheikh Gumi. I don't know if we have it on the point, but I'm sure when you get to other papers, I'll react more. And I'm going to try and juxtapose the two. The statements of Sheikh Gumi on the 2023 elections and that of Akeredolu. I think one of the papers tied the two together. When we get out, I'll try to flesh it out more.
Okay, passport issuance rises by 38%. More Nigerians relocate. Everybody is jackpot. At some point, I feel like, is it only me and my family that are left in Nigeria?
Yeah, well, it's good to try. I've seen people who live in these countries that people are running to also caution Nigerians about the fact that it's not El Dorado out there. Yes, you might say, oh, I want to just leave. I've seen people who have businesses here who sell them. I've seen a medical doctor shut down his hospital, sell everything, and decide to relocate.
That's a huge risk.
I've seen a lot of people do all manner of things, who have a very good career going on for them, and they just want to follow the jackpot syndrome. Because of the situation of things in the country, it would be difficult to tell anybody not to look at that option.
I mean, it's your decision.
But again, we must also understand that it's not always. Yes, it may look greener on the other side of the divide.
Adekunle Gold sang it already.
But the reality of life, sometimes you get there and discover that it's not as sweet as it's been presented to you. These are societies too, with their own issues and peculiarities. So you get into the society and discover that it's not as rosy as was presented to me. So, but again, good luck to everybody that wants to leave the country. Some of us have to do here.
Well,
Build
so
the nation and
good
keep
luck.
the nation good. Going on.
If I, for me, if I as a person, if I even want to relocate, I'm not an advocate. I'm not on the side of I have to sell everything, use all of the money I have in my account. I won't do that.
Don't you see a video of a young man and say, I'm not coming back to Nigeria? Look at the young man, ignorance. But again,
I won't do that. Even if I say it all the time. Even if I'm going to travel, I know that I have more than enough.
Funny enough, a lot of Nigerians who are out there who have been there for years actually open and wanting to come in. They want to come back.
It's not easy to go. One of my friends and I one day we're just thinking about it, and then out of the blue she just said, wait, babes, you don't say if you travel now and you have any issue, you can't easily say, Jen, sorry, lost out of Bukola.
You need
you can't easily go to someone else's house.
Again, we have a good country. It's just a leadership thing, and we will get it right. We need to get it right.
I mean, we need to also understand that every country has her own issue. We're blessed that we're not dealing to headlines, and then move on to the next paper. 5 killed in Ifeanyi Uba's convoy attack. Police. Details of that on page 8.
I think enough has been said about that story. It's unfortunate, and this particular story brings to the fore the question of insecurity in the southeast. The southeast, for me, is dealing with an infighting. Is dealing with insecurity from within, and I think once people tell themselves the truth, these kinds of things will continue to happen. In the same Anambra State, a lawmaker was kidnapped and beheaded. Now, if not for the bulletproof car, Andy Uba would have been dead by now. Sorry, Ifeanyi Uba would have been dead by now. Now, if you look at there was someone that posted something, and that got me thinking. Ifeanyi Uba is said because he had a bulletproof car.
How about the others?
So why, for example, would I be a security detail to someone? My principal has a bulletproof car, but I'm here just in one open van, exposed completely to risk. I'm sorry, maybe all of us should.
We should all have bulletproof
because again,
cars.
I just thought about it. Okay, I'm actually securing somebody. He has 4 kinds of security. I'm securing him. We have guns and all of that. He's in a bulletproof car. He has a probably well-trained driver who could, and then I'm just in one van running around him, and then of course with guns and open. I'm sorry. I think also maybe these things need to be looked at, because these guys were just in the open glare and they were just gunned down like that. Well, he was able to live because majorly he had a bulletproof car. So again, so much for security, so much for insecurity in the southeast. A lot of stakeholders, a lot of well-meaning Nigerians from that part of the country needs to come out and speak up. And then a call to the federal government, to the president, to the police, and all our security apparatus. This is the time to do a lot more with insecurity in the southeast. Nobody has claimed responsibility. Nobody has any information yet. We have promises from the police to dig this up and make sure these people are arrested. But again, people will ask you how many people have been arrested.
I hope the promise is fulfilled
in such situations in the past.
Okay, last one on the Punch newspaper. FG begins tax recovery from 2,000 mining firms. You find details of that on page 19. That is it on the Punch newspaper. Let's go on to Vanguard. Yeah, are we on the same page? Okay, so quickly, 2023 Akeredolu Gumi differ on same faith tickets. Do we still want to?
Yeah, I told you that I wanted to, because again we need to look at the statement of Gumi.
Muslim, we have here
riders,
the riders. Muslim tickets deceitful. We need experienced leader. That's from Gumi.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain that, but just
North can't produce a next president again. That's from Ondo State governor. Says struggle for southern presidency shouldn't be in vain. Begs Christians over APC's Muslim ticket. Peter will be planning fake assassination attempt, APC alleges.
Okay, I'm going to take it one after the other, because
for the Vanguard, because we were almost
we'll
be running out of time.
No, soon. I'm going to rush through it.
Okay,
because again, the papers are out there. I think the entire detail is on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper.
Yes.
Now, I've talked about Akeredolu's predicament. He said he's a Christian and he's completely worried about the Muslim ticket. But whatever it is, he's apologizing to Christians. If Christians accept his apology, well, I don't know. But what he's saying is that, look, beyond all of that, power must return to the south.
So aside the apology, did he try to do anything about it when it was in process?
The funny thing, Chieftain and the governor of the state, it was a decision of, I guess, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the ticket, and whatever he was thinking, whoever it was that. Now the other issue is Sheikh Gumi. Oh, the Muslim ticket thing is just they are trying to just attract Muslim Northerners to buy the idea. And it was asked, what about the fact that a party gave his ticket to a Northerner again, when we have a Northerner that will just be finishing it? They say, oh, we should not bother about ethnicity. Oh, we should bother about religion, but not bother about ethnicity.
Now I think we should be very bothered.
When you're speaking with both sides of your mouth. So I see Gumi just silently campaigning for Atiku Abubakar. I talked about experience. He has experience. He's been there. We need a politician. And Nigerians will question the experience of these people. They've been there for years. What have they done? What are the changes they brought to the table? He was also talking about Obi, that, well, he's not too experienced. He needs to reach out more. He doesn't have the clout and all of that. But, hey, I think Nigerians are going to decide. People like Gumi will not decide for us. I was one of the people that said no. People like Olusegun Obasanjo, the former president, should not also set agenda for us. I'll say it again. A Gumi cannot set agenda for Nigerians. Nigerians are wiser. They are the ones feeling a negotiator with bandits should not even be speaking to us about these things. He's one of the people negotiating, talking for bandits. It's more like their spokesperson. So I'm sorry, it's not even in the right frame to talk to Nigerians about these things. So I see the sentiment. The other issue, quickly, is the statement by Festus Keyamo, who is the spokesperson of the APC campaign at this time, that Peter Obi is planning. Was
the proof that he's attempting fake assassination?
You know, I think the Peter Obi campaign will take this up with him. I don't know where he's gotten that information from, but I think that one thing we should emphasize, Telimo, at this time, is for our politicians to be responsible. They should understand that we have a nation and we can't set this country on fire just because we want to play politics. I would appeal again on this platform. Can everybody, the campaigns are going to start in a few days, can us all be responsible with the things we put out there? You're going to see a lot of propaganda, you're going to see a lot of PR work, you're going to see a lot of sponsor stories and sponsor statements and all of these things. But in all of what we do, we have a nation to save. We cannot burn this country. And that's going to be my comment on that particular one.
Okay, thank you for that one. And let's see another one here. Presidency, Tinubu not ill, won't withdraw from race.
Yeah, there have been stories flying around. You know, again, a lot of propaganda, misinformation.
He's not ill.
Yeah.
We're seeing videos. Well, so what can we say about those videos? Are they, what's this word again? Oh, I can't find this word right now about what someone said some time ago about a particular video.
Is it that the videos are doctored or something?
Are they doctored?
No. Well, the thing is this. I think the campaign council knows that they cannot deny the fact that Asiwaju has some health challenges, whether we like it or not. His physical appearances most times.
Well, it looks like they're denying it already.
No. Well, the thing is this. People have not seen him in public space for some time now. He's probably sitting down or maybe in the mosque. And even when he prays in the mosque, you see him sitting down and all of that. So, yes, he may have challenges with his health. But if they think that is fit enough to run the race and he has the capacity to do that, I think the campaigns are going to start very soon. They will move around more. They'll talk more to the people. They are going to be on the podium, standing for longer hours, speaking to people now. I think that entire process would also reveal whether is this fit, or we're just over indulging ourselves in thinking that he's not fit to run the race. So let's wait for the campaigns to start.
Okay. You find details of that story on page 26 of Vanguard newspaper. PDP crisis. Wike keeps party leaders guessing. Details of that. The devil doesn't want to leave the
PDP. and Wike has become... somebody told me that Wike is just deliberately bullying Atiku. Because he probably knows that he has nothing to lose majorly like Atiku. Atiku is the owner of the ticket. He has the ticket in his hands. And that all Wike is just doing. You know, Wike in the last, let's say 1 month, has had one thing or the other to say every time. You keep seeing it in the news. And he keeps.
Do you think that's a deliberate thing? He wants to.
Well, I think it's deliberate. He just wants to be in the news. So maybe for political relevance, for political positioning, you do all of these things again so that you are in that right standing for negotiations and all of that.
But for me, I feel even if you want to do that so that you can be in the right standing for negotiations, then you should.
Try to be cautious.
You should have. tread with caution and then have something solid to say. If you don't have solid things to say for me, I wouldn't listen to you.
The kind of politics we play, I think politicians feel is saying things that are meaningful. But for Nigerians, if we look at insecurity, we look at issue of inflation, we look at forex, we look at the rising cost of goods and services, we look at the issue of poverty, we look at the issue of subsidy. Wiki has not addressed any of those issues. It has always been about himself, what the politicians are doing,
having a band,
they are sharing positions, having a band dancing. I think he has a wardrobe upgrade. It's just.
So, what relevance are you trying to make?
No, what I'm just saying is that these guys don't think about the people; it's just about themselves.
No, I'm even talking about him now. So, what relevance is he trying to make?
The relevance is for political interest, his own personal interest, and that's just the only thing he has been doing. But again, I think Nigerians are wiser now. I think Nigerians are more positioned at this time because of what has happened in the last 7 years to take a very wise decision come 2023. So, but we care and the likes will play their politics. Nigerians should also play our own politics. The politics is go out there and vote wisely.
Okay, no fund for 2023 election petition tribunals. What's this again? Appeal court president laments. Details of that on page 9.
Well, I think that they will sort that out because without funding, how do you want the cost to sit and adjudicate on election matters? They're going to come. It's going to be a lot of matters. A lot of things would happen. But I think that will be sorted out. It's not a major issue for us to talk about. It's just that they need to call the attention of government and say, look, let's get this done so that we are prepared to take some of these petitions when they come.
Save My Life. Ekore Madu's daughter appeals for kidney donation. We talked about that already. 2023 polls chance to turn around the nation's fortune. That's from Khan.
Yeah, we hope everybody will key to that. We can't get it wrong, Telemon. At this time,
I hope so.
We just have to get it right.
I want to believe so.
I don't want to say it's the last chance, but I know that we just have to get it right. We're as good as saying this is the last chance for us to get it right. We need to just get it right.
I hope it's not we go beyond just talking this time.
Well, let's talk and do, not just talk and talk.
Aviation bills above the mast. Yes, above the mast we have still under aviation crisis, domestic flight movement crashes by 215% in the LDS to deepen legislative experience. DG Professor Suleiman.
That's on page 14.
Yes, page 14. Attack on differs hearing on federal government suit till Friday. Police, that's on page 9. Police nabs 6 suspected cultists for attempting to kill Ogun Monarch. I think I saw that headline this morning and I was wondering why.
Well, the monarchy has become a charade. I think the politicians have messed up our traditional institutions, and you have a situation where all manner of things are happening. But again, I think there's a story on the Alafin Oyo thing. It's becoming a battle now. One of the ruling houses is saying that the whole process should be suspended.
What?
So
how did we get to this?
Do you know how many people contesting to become Alafin Oyo? Over 80 persons. So because yes, I got the story. I don't know where it's in one of the end of the front pages, but the fact is, that stool will be contentious at this time, and because one of the ruling houses is saying that, hey, you guys have to suspend the process. That the process is not looking.
Nice.
It's not looking nice and it's not looking transparent, blah blah blah, and all of that. So, and when you have over 80 something persons, who wants to become a laughing, you're going to have those kind of disputes. Tying this to the story again, it's a problem in the Bejuleki now. The only Beju, the royal stool too is a contention now. There are newspaper publications showing that somebody has been elected. There's an only Beju elect, but in the papers today too, there's another publication of people saying that, look, this stool is still vacant, that they've not elected anybody. So Ibejuleki, I hope the governor will step in so that we don't have any crisis in that area before people start killing themselves.
The governor. Now we're making it more political.
No. Well,
don't we have council of elders who can do that?
There's a ministry that takes charge of issues like this, local government and chieftaincy matters, and they're supposed to intervene and ensure that everybody follows the law. So I'm just saying that somehow they should intervene to ensure that it doesn't degenerate into conflict, crisis, and killings, and all of these communal clashes because of this. So Ibejuleki, I think the governor needs to pay attention to what is happening as far as that stool is concerned.
All right, there are some messages here. Anyway, I don't know if we can take them.
No,
now.
we'll take them Mainland Focus.
Okay, for Mainland Focus. So on the Vanguard, I'll just quickly run through this because we have less time. FG versus ASU, of course, we'll talk about that on Mainland Focus.
Okay, that was an answer to protest.
Yes,
okay.
to protest, yes. So the major headline here is presidency must come south, ignore religion, Akeredolu insists. We talked about that already.
Talked about that, yeah.
Yes, and INEC must be allowed to operate without pressure. EU cautions politicians. That's details of that on page 3.
I hope they will listen.
Hopefully.
Our politicians, I hope they will listen. I'm repeating that, yeah.
Hopefully. ADC chair worries about non-existence of Kachiku's campaign council.
You know, this is a party that is in what I call a very funny crisis. You have a Dumebi Kachiku who is the presidential candidate of this party, and the party chairman saying that the guy doesn't look like a serious presidential candidate. He doesn't have a campaign council. He's not reaching out. He's not doing anything. You know, you give your ticket to someone and you're saying, what are your plans? How do you want to reach out to people? What are the mobilization strategy? The campaigns are going to start sooner. They're not getting anything from this guy.
What do you have drafted out?
What do you want to do? So the party is worried, and it's unfortunate that I don't think they have what it takes now to withdraw the ticket from the guy. But what they are saying is that he's not doing anything. We are not seeing anything tangible from this particular candidate. And people have asked to the party, how did you eventually end up giving your ticket to this man? Kingsley Moghalu was supposed to pick that ticket, although what he said was that Kingsley was overconfident, blah, blah, blah. I remember that in this same presidential primaries of this same party, there were allegations of dollars and all of that. And so, well, if you dollarize your presidential primaries,
I like that,
and then you are worried that the person who has the ticket is not doing anything, I think you have to weigh your options, you know. But it's unfortunate that you have ADC, one of the parties that one was thinking would also maybe rise over the years to become a formidable opposition party, enmeshed in this kind of crisis. It's too young for them to get into this trouble. But that's the story from the ADC. It's unfortunate.
Yes. Aregbesola loyalist alleged threats to life over call for restructuring. Details of that on page 5. Why are you laughing?
I don't want to disturb myself with politicians.
Okay. Wike attacks Amechi over state burial for Graham Douglas.
Wike is, we've talked about Wike, but I need to say this. He said a whole lot of things about Amechi. In Amechi, I know, I'm sure he's going to respond very, very soon, because Wiki said a whole lot of things. You know, he's a failure. He did this. He can't even enter Asurok again. You know, Wiki is attacking everybody and anybody, unless you are on his side.
I thought this whole attacking thing, I thought it was only Dino and Fanny Coyote that were on this table.
The Dino Fanny Coyote thing is what you call, you know, when you have adults who cannot get out of the stature of a kid, of a child. Those are adults, but
when I saw that back and forth that day,
if you say what they did was irresponsible, it's a better way of putting it. It was a complete shame. Those are things that kids will do that as adults you are supposed to correct them and say, hey, you have to live above this. But when you see adults doing things like that, and you know, the fear for people like me is that these are people in the corridors of power. Dino Melaye, for example, is the campaign spokesperson of Atiku. Should Atiku win, it's going to have a lot of influence in government. And so are you not supposed to be worried if you have a Dino Melaye in his thinking pattern so close to government and so
is
much
this
access
how
to
they'll
government?
keep washing their dirty linen outside?
Is this how they will even deliberate on the future of Nigerians, if this is the capacity of thinking of these people?
That's sad. Okay, you find details of that on page 8 of the
Don't
Garden
be surprised that if
newspaper.
Atiku wins, for example, Dino Melaye may come Minister of Information.
I will.
So what would he be doing with that office?
Insecurity undermining Nigeria's gas output, export. Details of that on page 29.
Well, we've talked about this, and I think there are some community members in the Niger Delta. I think Madam Rita Lorry, who is from the Niger Delta, is also questioning the decision of the federal government to award contract to Tompolo, pipeline security contract, over 4 billion naira contract to Tumpula, and the woman is saying, why abdicate your responsibility as a government to just one individual? Because again, it means that you're saying the government doesn't have the capacity to secure our pipelines and provide security in the Niger Delta for these things, until you give it to just one person at over 4 billion. So the woman is asking, so what do we have? Why do we have the Navy? You have the NSCDC, you have the police, you have all of these. So are you saying that the government does not have the capacity to secure our pipelines and fight off insecurity and oil theft and all of these things? But again,
do they?
It is what it is.
Do they?
They should. That's the responsibility of government, not individuals.
You said they should.
They should, yes.
Should.
I had to answer you that way so that you know that I'm not saying they have, but they should ordinarily.
All right. Okay, so we have less than 5 minutes actually. This is The Nation. The major headline here is PDP in distress, says Autumn. And the rider here is Benue governor blames Atiku Wike rift on leaders.
Which leaders? I've always said it that the PDP have no leaders at this time. It started all the way, and I will repeat it here again. We are the leaders of the PDP. Where exactly are the leaders of the PDP? The founding fathers of the PDP. We can't even say they are really strong members of the PDP again. If you look at people like maybe a Gusau that's still actively involved, but more tilted to the article side. A Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, for example, at one point tore his membership card. What you find now is that you can't even say where Baba is, whether he's a member. He has said he's not into partisan politics again, anyways. But you have a situation where Baba is either here nor there. He's just everywhere. You see him with APC today, you see him with Labour Party tomorrow, you see him with PDP. So yes, I agree. There are no leaders. Where are the leaders? Bode George is also taking sides. Who is supposed to be a leader of the party? Ayu is a founding member, one of the founding fathers of the PDP. Now the children are even insulting Ayu, who is supposed to be a leader in the party. So you have a situation where the PDP seems in complete confusion and disarray, and God knows how they're going to get out of this. So I say it again, it's unfortunate as an opposition. The funny thing is that people have questioned their performance while in government. People are still questioning their performance and as opposition party. They've not been able to do any of the two properly as a party.
So what can they do?
I don't know.
Okay, I think I'll just take one more headline and then we'll go on a quick break. INEC cancels 1 million voter registrations, ineligible entries voided.
The people have double registration. That's
I saw that this morning before coming on air. We have cases of double.
We're saying that a lot of people who clogged and adults have so much crowd in these registration centers where people just want to do double registration. Or was it that they didn't understand that the system will be able to pick these registrations out and all of that? But this is just 1 million out of the millions of people that have voted, and I think INEC is still working on cleaning the register. But again, I think one of our callers would always say that people should still go out there. The PVCs are being distributed. Go out there. The effort you used in registering should be the same effort you use in getting your PVCs. There's no point in registering and not getting your PVC. So it's going to be what you will need to vote on elections day. So INEC will do his job. We're hoping that they will give us the best elections as they promised.
All right. We hope we get the best elections from INEC in 2023, like he said. So that is it on the trends in the papers. And at 8:40, we will be moving to Mainland Focus. Of course, we're focusing on the story of NANS trying to block the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. And after that, we move on to Global View at 9:45 to 10 a.m. Do not forget that this is Telemo, and I'm standing in for Sandra. Don't worry, tomorrow she'll be up here, all jiggy. We need to go on a quick break. This is Mainland 98.3 FM.
This is Mainland 98.
But then again, before it gets to that point, do they even see this? They don't see this. They don't ply these roads. So is that the best way to go about it? If the students block the road, won't it affect ordinary Nigerians who aren't party to this? What is the way out?
Well, I'll quickly jump into it before we allow our listeners to be part of this discussion. I just want to appeal to the government. Again, they are in court. I just think, for me, it's a waste of time. I will continue to say the government knows what to do to resolve this issue. I've said it. It doesn't have to take 6 months. Because, again, you ask yourself, what were you waiting for? You knew the court existed.
Campaign is coming.
Well, the thing is this. The thing is, tell you we need to ask the government. You knew that the industrial court existed. Why not approach the courts all this while? So after 7 months, almost 7 months, is when you now understand, I need to go to the industrial court. Is it to buy time? Okay, so what is this going to do now? Resolve the issue? And so you need to ask yourself, these are the students that are feeling the pain more. I'm seeing a situation where I can only appeal to NAS. I understand their frustrations as the body representing the students. But I would think that if they're going to picket or block anything, I think it should be government institutions. I don't want any form of anarchy or chaos, because, again, when you begin to block roads, the tendency for miscreants to hijack there's a lot of insecurity already around. And then if you block the roads, people are stuck in traffic and all of those things. We need to look at the security implications of this. Bandits, people that want to take advantage would not hijack the process. And then the suffering that you give to ordinary Nigerians who are not a party to all of this. I think if they are going to do anything, I think they should take it to the doorstep of the people in power. Take it to the doorstep of the government. Let them see the students every day. There's no reason, for example, why the students. I was a unionist myself. The government officials, the governor of Lagos State, for example, should wake up every morning, see the students, at his doorstep, talking to them. The Minister of Education should wake up every morning in his office, get to his office, and find the students there.
I mean, that alone would ginger him.
Yeah, it will continue to keep them in the news. They keep making statements, and then that's where I think the government would know that, yes, they need to do something really quick about this issue. But blocking the roads, yes, I understand the frustration of the student, but honestly, we have to look at the bigger picture. Nigeria is not safe at this time. There's so much insecurity, and then to put ordinary people again through the pains of traffic and all of these things, I don't think
Nigerians are going through a lot of stress already.
I don't think it's the wise thing to do at this time.
All right, 0913 600 0410, 0913 600 0410. That is the number to call, text, or send a WhatsApp message to if you want to contribute to this conversation. What is the way forward? Do you think the students blocking the roads is the is the right solution? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Okay, I'm Alaji Subah from Alimosho here.
Good morning, sir. Good to have you on the show.
Alaji Subah.
Fawad, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much. In fact, I agree with you, Fawad, in total. The students' union, they should go to the doorstep of the people in power. Let them go to Aso Rock. Let them go and block the National Assembly. You see, that is not the issue. And nobody is happy about what is happening. It's like what the government is doing is putting more fuel in the fire. Putting pepper in an injury. Is it now they're supposed to go to arbitration court or industrial court? Oh my God! It's nonsense. It's nonsense. In fact, I don't know what they are thinking. Wasting these young people's life, disturbing parents, and I know God will disturb them too. Many of their things. Because these are no. It's so painful. They didn't do the needful. It's an insult. What is the big deal there? You signed an MOU, you didn't settle the seat, now you are going to arbitration court. No. Please, I'm appealing to students. They should go to the people in power, not especially the battle, because the ministry is to turn to another thing. And Nigerian government, they start shooting, and we will not be happy to lose any one of them. That is the position we find ourselves.
All right.
God will help us.
Amen.
And at the same time, I want to appeal to the parents. They are talking of even the parent bodies who are so start paying. It's starting their mind to substitute for university.
I said that's a joke. I told them it's a joke.
No. It's not called for. I don't support that. Look at the reach of money National Assembly of them is taking home. You don't care. We have money in abundance to use, and we go to the same market.
All right.
You understand?
Okay,
So,
thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your call.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that one. Alaji is really, really pained, and I understand him. So when you're calling, please do well to keep your conversation short, 2 minutes, and let's ensure to keep it clean. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Kazim calling from Mexico.
Hi, Kazim. Good to have you on the show. So go on.
Mr. Fuwa, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Kazim.
Kushe, sir.
What's up?
The student I want to protest. Why did they choose Ibadan Expressway? Why didn't they go to Lekki Toll Gate?
I guess they are just frustrated, but
So they don't want to do Lekki Toll Gate this time because the memory of what happened there. You don't pray for such to happen again, sir.
Yeah.
But it's so insensitive of our government. You know, when the student put out this threat, we expect that a reasonable government will do everything to make sure that that protest does not happen. Call the students, talk to them, start taking steps. But that protest will still happen. They will still wait for it to happen, wait for it to be hijacked and cause mayhem. I don't know what the kind of people we have at the helm of affairs in this country. We are appealing to them. They should please help us solve this issue. We cannot continue like this. They know the right thing to do. I will not be part of those that will be telling us to consider the students. They are fighting for the right thing. If they go back to classes without getting this issue resolved, it's a waste of time. They have been home for over 7 months now, so they will just go back home and say, okay, we have resumed work now. No. Government should just shift around and do the right thing.
All right.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
Kazim, yeah.
Okay, that's from Kazim. So I'm also thinking of something else. So while waiting for the government to get things done, how about on the part of the students?
That's what we're saying.
What are they doing for themselves?
Well, I'm sure a lot of them are for those that they have their heads running right. I think some of them are into vocational study, doing all manner of things. But I just think that they should be careful. We don't want to lose lives.
Yes, let's take this. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mainland FM.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Let me say good morning, especially to Fuad. Yes, Fuad, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Monse. Is it a while?
Okay. Yeah, it has been a while, sir. Yeah, sir?
What happened? We didn't for some time. We wouldn't try to reach out to you.
Yeah, in fact, yesterday I spoke with Ambrose. Ambrose called me yesterday. The same thing. So I would say I was under the weather, but at the point I just took a break. Okay. I listened, and then I okay. Today I hear another voice. I wanted to say, what is happening with our baby?
No, she's just under the way. She'll be fine. She should be back tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting, sir.
All right.
Well done.
Yes.
Now, is it only Lagos Ibadan Expressway that the federal government owns? Or what in concern Ministry of Education with Lagos Ibadan Expressway? And the students want to do they want to tell their colleagues to go and block Uyo Ikodegbene Road, those that are from there? Or would they tell the others to go and block Kaduna Abuja Road, because those are government express roads? Why Lagos Ibadan Expressway? What in concern the Southwest people and the business people that are flying that road with the students and ASU? So for me, the other time I was telling the students, if they are ready, if they are serious, why can't they go and wait at the airport? When you see the children of these prominent politicians as they want to travel back to their schools abroad, you block it. And then go to National Assembly, block it. Go to Ministry of Education, like what you have just said. Let them wake up and meet you there. And then I think the whole world will know what the government is doing with the educational system in Nigeria. Because what we always say that, what I always said is, what you are not a stakeholder in, you cannot wish that thing success. Our federal government, because of where they put their children, they are not stakeholders in the tertiary institution in Nigeria. That's why they wish it dead. They want it destroyed. So in this case, students, please leave Lagos Ibadan Expressway for common people that are looking for their late daily break. Go to the place that you are supposed to block, and we will listen to you. Otherwise, just a misplacement of action.
Okay, thank you
Thank
so
Mr.
much.
Peter Monse.
All right, I think I need to take some messages here. 0913 600 0410. 600 0410. You can call in, send your text message or your WhatsApp message to join the conversation. Hi, Mainland. For this issue about ASU, the government just wants to stall for time so that the next government will inherit the load. What? That's a lot. That's a lot. Please, let's be careful with the type of joke we make on the radio using Lekki toll gate incident. Yeah, I was going to address
for
that.
Kazim, yeah.
Yes, I was going to
what
address
was
that.
just,
It was a bit
but then I think
off.
he said, we don't want a repeat of that incident.
Yes,
So.
but the way he went about it was a bit
Okay,
off. But we move. Using Lekki toll gate incident with all the people that died is quite insensitive. Finally, if the students want to protest, we cannot stop them, but they should exercise caution, just like Mr. Fuad said. It might or will be hijacked by thugs. That's from Shun. Thank you so much for that one. Another WhatsApp message here. Good morning, Fuad, and your colleague in the studio. My name is Telemo. Thank you. I'm Frank from Egbeda. Blocking Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is not the best solution, because these politicians don't travel through this road. Instead, they should go to Aso Rock and block the National Assembly entrance. Also block Abuja Airport. Blocking Ibadan Expressway would cause more pain to innocent people traveling that road. Okay, let's see. Good morning. My name is June. The best thing anyone can do against this same government while planning to vote is to remember everyone in the failed government are still the same surrounding and supporting parties. The best among the field now. Okay. All right. Okay, one here again. Condolence to the victims of the building collapse. We discussing the issue of building collapse in Lagos for years. Okay.
Maybe that's an old message. Yeah.
Okay. The person, his partners. Okay, this is about the campaign. All right, 0913 600 0410. That is the number to call, text, or send a WhatsApp message. The National Association of Nigerian Students planning on blocking the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Is that the best solution? Is this the right approach by the student and to resolve the issue and make ASU and the government come to a conclusion and then even take the case off court? I really don't know why it's even in court in the first place.
After 7 months, they're in court.
After 7 months. I mean, they're doing well. If the students block the road, won't it affect ordinary Nigerians who aren't party to this? Because they're not the ones in government. So why should we make them suffer for it? Because they're also parents, yeah, and not all this shenanigans about one party or the other. Okay, we moved on from this story already, Sam. Okay, let's see if we have other ones. Okay, 0913 600 0410. That is the number to call. Call in to join the conversation. What do you think the best solution is to this particular issue? And I mean, like the callers, previous callers have said already.
No, for me, I just want to. I think there are other ways to this particular issue. I just think there are other ways to this particular issue. Because again, you have to look at the safety of these kids, putting them on the road, blocking the road. Miscreants are going to filter into that protest, and then we don't want to lose lives. The Lekki toll gate incident is still fresh. Remember some of us, and you don't want to put them at risk. I just think that they can do other things, like you should go to the government house, go to the National Assembly. The airports are there. Just but non-violent protests.
Yes, please. That's another thing we need to emphasize on.
No to violence. When it comes to these things, we need to really, really emphasize. The idea of non-violence protests, so that we don't get into a situation where we're going to lose lives needlessly.
Yes, I see some people are trying to call in, but then I don't know what is wrong with the network. In case you can't get through via calls, please do well to send your text message or WhatsApp message. I have a WhatsApp message here. My name is Telemo. Thank you. Telemo and Fuad, I greet you guys fundamentally. We greet you too fundamentally. Where is Sandra? Oh, we announced it now. She's a bit under the weather, but she'll be here tomorrow. And what happened yesterday? Okay, so yesterday we apologize. We had a technical upgrade. So we're back now to serve you better. Mr. Fuhad, my take on Ekwerre Madu's. Yeah. Is there nothing our president can do to effect his release, since we have bilateral relations with the UK? Another journalist said it's not a diplomatic but criminal case. What's your own perspective? James Ogbonna from Oshodi.
Yeah, it's a criminal case, but there are always diplomatic channels that the government can explore. There are always diplomatic channels. The government knows what to do. I guess they're already doing that, but it won't be in the open.
Okay. Another message here from Noak from Ikeja. It says, Nance planning a protest at the Lagos-Ibadan expressway isn't proper and would trigger a lot of insecurity with the environment. Yes, the most important thing now is the issue of insecurity that might result from this protest. Please, can you guys just think of another way to go about it? Find other places to go to, not the Lagos-Ibadan expressway. Good morning, please. I plead with the students not blocking the roads, because many are on the roads seeking their daily bread, and those traveling on an emergency note, just like the families of those Abuja, Kaduna that went to their offices. That should be a bold step for the students. Okay, Emeka from Egbeda, thank you so much for that one. Okay, we need to go on a break right now. We'll be back with the Mainland Focus. Remember, you can drop your messages to join the conversation. It is Mainland 98.3 FM. Welcome back. It is Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is Telemo, standing in for Sandra. We're looking at the Nance planning a protest. Okay, threatening to protest at the Lagos-Ibadan expressway. What's your take on this conversation? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from, Peter?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning, by Saoko.
Yeah, God bless you.
You are in Lasso today, not Mende.
Yes, today is my appointment day.
Oh.
See, this issue of the students going to
the expressway,
block the highway. It will make a bigness of the whole thing, because they will lose public sympathy, including me myself. I can never have sympathy for such illegal action. Blocking the highway. They are punishing members of the public. Buhari is not coming there. Minister of Education is not coming there. So what's the purpose? they should have gone to the National Assembly, block the place, or go to the presidency, or go to the governor's office. But now they are resorting to illegal issue. Illegality cannot beget legality, as far as I'm concerned. You know, they're supposed to have joined ASU, that is the ASU itself, as the electorals, and then go to National Industrial Court. You know, I've always said that the only way to resolve this issue, go to the National Industrial Court, say your prayers, like order of mandamus, injunction, preparing illegal action. In fact, my recommendation is that the police should arrest as many of them as possible and lock them up. Very responsible.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
Arrest. I feel like that might cause more agitation amongst the students. Kindly turn down the volume of your radio when you're calling. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where you?
This industrial court that the FG has gone to, is it, can this thing be moved to, like, if ASU is not pleased with the judgment, can they move to appeal court, so up to Supreme Court?
They can appeal it. They can
appeal
it.
So at the end of the day,
that will still take time. You know.
That is my point on this court issue. And you know how the judgment was in favor of ASU. With the government
implement immediately, those are the issues again.
Okay, now the question is, what if it is in favor of ASU? That is my question. What will happen? This government, as I seen this government, does it look?
And you know, like
I feel like that's a way of keep dragging things. 0913-600-0410. Hello, good evening. Go on.
My take this morning is about the NANS protest.
The
National Assembly is there. There are help there are other places. No government officials in Nigeria go through Lagos about this. So most of them come with flights from Abuja, land in Ikeja, and just find their way to Lagos. But if they decide to protest, I won't lie to you, it will not be taken over by miscreants. It will be taken over by well-meaning Nigerians. We are already suffering on that axis. I go through that road almost every day. We had a lot of stress on that road already.
So not to now add to it again, yeah.
So they should not even, if they try it, this is not even the matter of
miscreants
taking over. These are well-meaning Nigerians taking over, and they will fight them.
We don't want that chaos, really. Yeah.
So they should. I know they are in the receiving end of this the whole strike. So they should channel their energy to the proper place where they will be heard. So I think it's better that on Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Julius Vega is no dull alternative route that was
created.
It's not even well tiled. But I pity people that goes to work from November for every day. It's not easy. They spend nothing less than 4-5 hours to get to office. So please, the government should just do something.
Thank you, Yusuf.
All right, thank you so much for that one, Yusuf. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Ray Observer. I'm on transit at the moment.
What's the name, sorry?
Could you please call back? The network is a bit terrible.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah,
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. This is Okambelina.
Good morning, Mr. Okambelina.
Where is Sandra?
Yeah, she's a
she's
bit under the weather. She'll be back tomorrow.
That has not affected the association. Yesterday we were not here.
No, we're doing some technical
Okay.
Yeah.
My sister don't know your name. I only know Sandra. What's your name?
My name is Telemo.
Okay. You see, this I don't have faith in the current man
leadership,
as you call them, at all. I don't have it. The much I know about NANS right now is that their president and other people recently.
Yeah.
Come and see how they were front. It was like a APC and a PDP election.
They even move in convoy. Have you seen their convoy?
I'm telling you.
NANS 1, NANS 2, NANS 3 in a convoy.
Thank you.
Presidency.
So how can such people represent how can they even see the plight of students? We don't have NANS again. we only have people who are just there to go and eat their national cake and come out. So this thing they are just doing, they want to go and block this thing that they are giving us. When this strike started, I believe from day one, I wanted to get the position of the students that look, this is what we want. They would have gone all the way to Abuja to go and stay there. They would have mobilized to Abuja, whether it's Asorok or whether it's National Assembly, and stay there. As the strike started, look at now, we're almost a year. They now go to another place like Lagos Ibadan. What impact would that make? I think we don't have now, and they should stop disturbing us. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, 0913-600-0410. That is the number to call. I'll take this and then go to messages. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. There is so much noise.
Good morning, Prince Wise.
Okay, that's nice. I mean that we come back.
It's you're in the market.
Thank you.
Thank God you are back.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, let me go to messages. The way IPOB. Okay, this is not relating to what we're talking about. Please do well to contribute to what we are talking focus, about. Yes. You know, a man that values education will contribute his effort to ensure that everybody around him is educated or values education. If the students allow these politicians to get away with their shenanigans today, I am sorry, 2023 will still come back to discuss the issue of education. I am in support of the strike. Sam from Otta.
Okay.
So you didn't say anything about the protests, Sam. Good morning, Mainland FM. The students should go and block the office of Ministry of Education and Ministry of Labor and not Expressway, because blocking the expressway will only create problems here. You see, the big men don't care about the poor. Why didn't he also
from Sango from last week?
Yeah, there's a new leader now.
Yeah,
so has handed over. Yeah,
okay. So we cannot take them seriously. And to crown it all, well, if you remember the problem we have,
we are not completely sure about that.
The purpose was to come and destroy Lagos.
No, Chief Akpagu. You see, yes.
Security reports are there.
No.
I have the security reports.
Chief Akpagu, look, this is radio, and we have to be a bit careful.
So the thing is that they should go to Abuja and block everywhere, all the roads leading to Abuja, go to National Assembly, go to Asorok, Ministry of Education, block.
This association is already getting involved with the politics, so how would they want to correct the politicians?
Ism has died a long time ago. Yeah.
Hello, good morning. Kindly turn down the volume of your radio.
I have 60. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Dambrella. Good to have you guys back.
Hi, thank you so much.
Yeah, is it and our sister? Let me just say sister. So that I will not bother the name. You get it.
Thank you.
I think based on what I'm going to agree with what others have said. Now look at one of our Ogaye barista who could have called and said is in the hospital. What if some people on that day will be referred?
He has an appointment and is coming from there.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure cases might be referred from Osu to Luz.
Yeah.
Cases might be referred, have been sensitivity, somebody will not die. Because, wait, are we government? Why everybody's feeling the pains now? Like someone said, go to the airport and block the airport. They won't go there because the airport guys have the checkpoint, so they won't allow them to do that. When we decide to strangulate, we need to learn. Democracy president shouldn't have an absolute power. I see no reason why these guys can't summon ministers. That's the truth. Everything has to be president, and they will keep looking at one person, and everything is getting real. So I feel there are better ways to do. You don't want to compound your stream. Number two, please, I know this is not it, but please allow me.
Okay.
You have, fine, I have my car, I drive. But I see people trek. Yesterday, people taking the cotton to select what should be 1,800 naira. It is madness.
Are you kidding
me?
Nobody's
doing us. See, Okada had bashed my car. Even some guys, there are small BRT buses. See, if you see how people are trekking, my car suffered yesterday. I need to start. I don't call them, but I carry people. Please, people are suffering. People are trekking. Yesterday, my mother to that bus, she dropped. Israeli. Please help us talk to someone new or whatever. You know them, you bring them to your show. But you are banning Okada and Limoso axis. Provide alternative. There are bad roads, and these guys are. It is. See, if I don't know the car, I will check. I would never ever be
No.
It's not fair.
We'll look at the Okada issue. Yeah, we'll have to talk about it.
You know, we mentioned it earlier that if you're stopping something, then bring alternative.
Yeah, we'll look at it on community
People
platform.
People are really suffering.
Let's really know the effect of this Okada.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
Okay,
morning,
Prince Wires is better now. Good morning, sir.
It's okay now.
Perfect
yes,
now.
Sir.
We thank God you are back. Thank God for you.
Thank you, sir.
I see what's really happening now with our students. It's just like confusion in Ujuelega now. That was the last song the other day. I think that option. Maybe if they do that, it will work. But for me, the matter is in court now. I just want to appeal to the judge who's granting that plea.
Expedite action on it.
After judgment, I think it will work. Because when you are dragging matters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, that option, the third part come because I think the both parties will abide by it. So I'm appealing to the judge to please do something and save Nigeria.
All right, sir.
Good morning to you.
Thank you,
good
Prince
morning,
Wise.
sir.
God bless you, sir.
And our beautiful lady in the studio.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a WhatsApp message here. Mr. Fuad, those NANS excos are they still students in school? Supposed to be just students.
It
in
should
that
be undergraduates, but you now have postgraduate students, who say they are students and
if
they
you've
contest.
graduated, then leave.
Ashefon, for example, I like this guy. It should be undergraduate. I think we need to look at the nonsense and say it should just be for undergraduates, not guys in postgraduate who are old, and some of them.
The protest should be taken to Aso Villa. Once again, I greet you guys enthusiastically. James, thank you so much. Well done, enthusiastically. Okay. What has blocking Lagos Ibadan road got to do with strike? They lack knowledge. Go to airport, the whole world will see you. My children will not join sharp.
Mr. Christopher, good morning.
Morning, sir. My own take on this matter is that the idea of demonstration is even long overdue. But they should not just block road, especially. It's not only Lagos that this thing is happening. Let them organize themselves. Now it is everywhere. They should make it nationwide and further go to different relevant offices in the National Assembly and the ministries that are concerned and make it nationwide. You should not zero it to Lagos area. So that is my own take. So, but the idea is good if they can make it because they are overstayed. They are docile. It's supposed to have acted before now. Because when we are talking about court, the government is not a government that obeys order. Because in Nigeria, government is not akin to obeying laws. So let them organize the strike very well, or demonstrate very well, and make it nationwide. That is my take.
600-0410. Hello, good morning.
Good morning from Ikeja here.
Okay, Mr. Wali.
Please, can I?
Okay, go on.
Hello. Oh,
okay.
Good
Morning.
Hello, good morning,
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm not
fine. Fine.
We thank God. And Sandra should not be under the weather. She should stay above the weather.
No, she will be above the weather.
Now will go to bed. In fact, these people don't travel by road. They go to rock. Blocking that road. In fact, to me, people that brought the problem to your table, that tackle them. Give them the pain. And let them finish. So God, the process will be very slow, but it will take time. They know how to waste the time. Otherwise, in fact, all this they should go down to Asorok and make things happen.
Staying to Lekki, I paid 1,000 naira.
The traffic, even people coming from Ibeja. I don't know what's happening
Sometimes
on that.
I just want to run away from Lagos. Lagos is tired.
Lagos get money. That's where the money.
They spend all the money on. Kindly turn down the volume of your radio.
Good morning, Ford, my brother. Let the students know that the masses are not the problem. I remember those days when Unipen, when the East blog, it should be a general thing. You know what I'm saying? If it's coming from their national leader or whoever, it shouldn't be on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. It should be national. Abuja should block, Benin should block, but everywhere, let them block everywhere in this country. Okay, they should have organized it, not to
singular Lagos Ibadan.
It's not good. It's not good at all. but I don't think they're organizing it well. So I don't know how they will get to it. I don't know who is taking decisions.
Thank you, Mr.
Don't do that. Thank you, brother.
Right,
Thank you
thank
so much. Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Okay, I have a message here. I can't read out a part of this message
No,
because
just-
it's not
just-
the
no, yeah, it's
the
not-
right,
it's
not
not
the
radio
right
friendly.
words. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not radio friendly. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
I don't call, tired.
No
I
voice.
don't know what I'm saying again.
No, you calm down. Remember.
Tell me,
Miracle. Good morning.
What can you call my morning show?
I can't help my colleague now. I can't help my colleague. She dey relax small.
That's why.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Miracle.
Honestly speaking, I don't tire to call. I don't tire. My hand is paining me.
So do you remember now?
When may God hear our cry, you know. May God hear our cry because I always they say, I always they talk say, make students relax. You see this game after election, 2023 school they go open.
Hey,
So they should wait till 2023.
Yes. all our money for all the economic sector in this country. So to blocking Ibadan Expressway is not the best issue. I support that man when say make them go airport, go block anywhere they see their children where want to travel at, make them block. I support him. So if they stop this work now, when it's over 15 years now when they start this also Ibadan.
Right, have a great day. Okay, so Jacob says the lives of the children are at risk. They should block everywhere and make it a nationwide protest. Enough is enough. So not just a particular place.
I'm actually careful places, not put yourself in harm's way or any form of danger.
Okay, good morning, all. Dio from Fagba. We can see that this government does not value education and their priority is in cows. Open, okay? Yeah, can't take that one. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, it's Fuad and my
morning,
new
Obi.
sister. Odis will be calling from Ikeja.
Good morning, Mr. Obi.
Fuad, why you cut my heart on Sunday? Fuad?
No verse. Sunday.
I was supposed to go to a party. I canceled the party. I couldn't listen to it. I couldn't go to the party.
No verse.
Really
This Sunday
annoying.
we did can't pay. No verse.
No,
We were trying to
Fuad,
do-
anyway, I want to ask.
I'm with you.
Okay, have the NANS done new election now?
Yeah, they have a new leader now. Ashefon has handed over.
Okay, not that old ancestor.
This one too, no be too small child like that too. But it's not as old as the other one.
So we are blocking the Benin Road and they never achieved anything. It's the Shagamu Lagos Road they want to block. It makes no sense now. It makes the people that are supporting you now they want to lose the support of people. That would be very, very unfair. You know, it's not good. They should have a rethink.
All right.
Thank you so much, Mr.
So hope you will come back on Sunday.
Come back with Global View. My name is Telemo. Remember, I'm standing in for Sandra. She'll be here tomorrow, and Fuad is doing this with me.